All right, so we're gonna notice that it flashes between the time of day and the gallons between backwash here. We want to go ahead, when the time of day is flashing, right now there's the gallons, we want to change the current time of day to 12:01 p.m. by simply holding the down arrow in until it shows 12:01 p.m. and then tap the recycle button and then hold the up and down arrows together for 10 seconds until we see DF gal on the display. Now we're in programming. We want to go ahead and toggle ahead using the recycle button until we see C-24. This is how many grains your software is. So if you have a 24,000 grain software, great, you're already done with this step. If not, let's say you have a 32,000 grain software, you go up to 32, or let's say a 48,000 grain software, we'd skip ahead up to 48,000. So wherever we're at, set that appropriately and then hit the recycle button again. And this is where we set our hardness. So we want to set this in grains per gallon, whatever your hardness is. If you happen to be on well water and have iron 2, for every part per million of iron you have, add 5 to the hardness. So let's say you had 10 grains of hardness and 2 parts of iron. So you would add 10 to the hardness for a total of 20 on the hardness. Or if you had 20 grains of hardness and 1 part of iron, you would set this to 25. So remember, iron always counts for 5 when it comes to this hardness setting, which is typically only on well water. Once we have set our hardness, go ahead and tap that recycle button again. This is our reserve. We want to leave that alone. Our reserve capacity is on 150 gallons. We want to leave that on 150. That way we're not running out of soft water midday. The DO, this is a day override. It's going to backwash no matter what on this DO in case the gallons don't kick in first. So on city water, we'd like to see that left on 14. On well water, we'd like to go ahead and lower that down to 7. Once we're done there, we hit the recycle button again, and regeneration time defaults 2 a.m. That is definitely a personal preference. You can set that to wherever you'd like when it does backwash for that current time, but most people do leave it on 2 a.m. Go ahead and cycle ahead. Backwash remains on 10, brine draw on 60, rapid rinse on 10. Brine fill is going to change according to the grain software you have. So let's say you have a Mighty Max Mini software. We want to lower that down to 2. Or a 16,000 grain software, we're going to go ahead and raise that up to 4. If you have a 32,000 grain software, we want to raise that to 7. If you have a 40,000 grain software, let's raise that to 9. A 48,000 grain software, you would want to raise that to 10. A 64,000 grain software, you'd want to raise that to 13. An 80,000 grain software would actually lower to 8. And once you're done setting your brine fill, we're going to recap one more time. Mini water software would be on 2. A 16,000 grain software on 4. 24,000 grain software on 5. A 32,000 grain software on 7. A 40,000 grain software on 9, a 48,000 grain software on 10, a 64,000 grain software on 13, an 80,000 grain software on 8, and go ahead and hit the recycle button. And that stays on default, and we can hit that one more time, and we're back to the time of day. To set your current time of day, just hold the up or the down arrow, whichever way you need to go. Let's say 1 o'clock for this programming purpose. So if it's 1 o'clock, just go ahead and go till 1 o'clock and then simply just tap the recycle button and you're back to in service, and you're going to flash there between your current time of day, and it's going to flash back to your gallons between backwash, which those gallons number will actually count down as you use the water until it backwashes, then which time it will reset itself again.